Live from New Delhi, watch TTD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Namibia in the final leg of his five-nation visit to hold bilateral talks with President Nandi Ndaitwah. Visit aims to deepen ties between India and Namibia. Trump announces plans for a separate 50% duty on copper imports, broadening a slate of sector-specific actions, says steep copper tariffs in store as he broadens his trade war to also introduce levies on semiconductors and pharmaceuticals soon, no extension to August deadline. Investigation underway after imposter using artificial intelligence poses as Marco Rubio contacts 3 foreign ministers, 2 US politicians. State Department says taking steps to improve its cybersecurity defenses. And the catastrophic flash floods in Texas claims 109 lives as search operations continue to find over 180 missing people amid more rain forecast. And on to the details now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Namibia after concluding his 2-day productive visit to Brazil. In the final leg of his 5-nation visit, he landed in the capital Windhoek at 6:30 a.m. local time after overnight travel from Brasilia. He was received by Selma Ashipala Musavir, Minister of International Relations and Trade, at the airport. The Prime Minister will hold bilateral talks with President Nandi Ndaitwah and deliver an address at the Parliament of Namibia. He will also pay homage to the founding father and first President of Namibia, late Dr. Sam Nujoma. This is his first visit of Prime Minister to Namibia and the third ever Prime Ministerial visit from India to Namibia. Well, Namibia is a valued and trusted African partner with whom India seeks to boost bilateral cooperation. Prime Minister Modi received a grand welcome by the Indian diaspora as he arrived at the State Guest House in Windhoek. And economic ties between India and Namibia continue to grow steadily. We take you inside a diamond processing unit run by an Indian company that's training and employing Namibians on the ground.
I'm at Ankit Gems here in Namibia, the oldest factory of diamond cutting and polishing set up by an Indian. And just ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, this facility is a clear example of how Indian investment is adding value locally and also strengthening the economic ties between the two countries.
Ankit Gems brought a game-changing model to Namibia's diamond sector. Process locally, employ locally. Today, hundreds of Namibians work here, many trained in high-precision diamond cutting. The Indian company's presence supports Namibia's long-standing vision, retain more value from its natural resources, and provide long-term employment to its citizens.
We are very happy here polishing diamonds, so it's been a really good experience.
I've been working as an export and import operator. Then now I'm doing traceability so that every stone that anybody from outside buys, they are able to trace it on our traceability and see from rough to finished polishing.
We are employed 130 people Namibian, and we are teaching them and then employed because there is no institute for diamond and anything, and we are looking forward better from government as well.
Namibia is among the world's top producers of gem-quality diamonds. India, meanwhile, is the global hub for cutting and polishing. Together, the two countries are creating a win-win partnership where Namibia moves up the value chain and India contributes through technology, training and trust.
As Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Namibia, ventures like Ankit Gems reflect a deeper story of growing India-Namibia partnership, which is creating jobs, generating employment, and a promising future. With camera person Alok, this is Siddharth Bhardwaj reporting for DD India in Namibia.
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to garner global recognition for his statesmanship and soaring popularity on the world stage. In the latest honor, he's been conferred with Brazil's highest civilian award, the Grand Collar of the National Order of the Southern Cross. This is the 26th international honor bestowed upon Prime Minister Modi. As a roundup of the prestigious accolades the Prime Minister has received in recent months.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been conferred with Brazil's highest civilian award, the Grand Collar of the National Order of the Southern Cross. Brazilian President Lula da Silva presented the award in recognition of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's notable contributions to strengthening bilateral relations and enhancing India-Brazil cooperation across key global platforms. This is not the first time that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been conferred with such state honours. Earlier, on July 4th, Prime Minister was awarded with the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the highest honour of the Caribbean nation, in a special ceremony at the President's house in Port of Spain. Prime Minister Modi is the first foreign leader to be conferred the award. On July 3rd, Prime Minister was awarded with Ghana's national honour, the Officer of the Order of the Star of Ghana, in recognition of his distinguished statesmanship and global leadership. In June this year, Prime Minister received highest honour of Cyprus, the Grand Cross of the Order of Makarios III. In March this year, Barbados conferred on him the Honorary Order of the Freedom of Barbados. The award was presented by President of Barbados and accepted on behalf of Prime Minister by Minister of State for External Affairs Pabitra Margarita. In the same month, during Mauritius' National Day celebrations, Prime Minister Modi was awarded the Grand Commander of the Order of the Star and Key of the Indian Ocean, the highest civilian honour of Mauritius. He is the first Indian leader to receive the award. In April, Sri Lanka honoured him with the Sri Lanka Mitra Vibhushana Award, the country's highest honour for foreign leaders. It was also the first time this award was presented to an Indian leader. Later in July, he was officially presented with Russia's highest civilian honour, the Order of St. Andrew the Apostle. Though it was awarded to him in 2019, he received it in person in 2024. The award recognized his key role in building a strong strategic partnership between India and Russia and promoting friendship between the two nations. In November 2024, Nigeria conferred upon him the Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, its highest honor. He became the only second foreign leader to receive this award, showing the high regard for his global leadership. In the same month, the President of Guyana, Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali, awarded Prime Minister the country's highest national honor, the Order of Excellence, for his visionary leadership and his support for the rights of developing nations on global stage. Also in November, Prime Minister was honored with Dominica's highest national award, the Dominica Award of Honor. The award recognized his leadership, support to Dominica during COVID-19 pandemic, and efforts to strengthen ties between the two nations. In December 2024, the Amir of Kuwait awarded Prime Minister with the Order of Mubarak Al-Kabir, Kuwait's highest national honor. At the heart of these global recognitions lies Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision, one that focuses on the well-being of all humanity and on peace and dialogue. Whether addressing conflict, climate change or terrorism, Prime Minister's message remains clear. The world must stand united and work together to find lasting solutions. Bureau Report, DD India.
And moving on now, India's National Investigation Agency on Tuesday arrested 3 persons following extensive searches in 2 districts of Karnataka and the Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group's prison radicalization case of 2023. Searches were conducted at 5 locations in Bangalore and Kolar districts of the state, leading to the arrest of a prison psychiatrist, a city-armed reserve policeman and mother of an absconding accused. During the searches, various digital devices, cash, gold and incriminating documents were seized from the houses of the arrested, accused and other suspects. The case relates to the recovery of arms, ammunition, explosives and digital devices, including 2 walkie-talkies from habitual offenders who were conspiring to unleash terror activities in Bangalore city with the aim of furthering the nefarious agenda of the proscribed terrorist organization Lashkar-e-Taiba. And India's goal to eliminate tuberculosis by 2025 is one of the world's most ambitious health missions. Under the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, India has strengthened its TB response with advanced diagnostics, innovative policies and a patient-first approach. Well over 46,000 Gram Panchayats have been declared TB-free across the country. Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh lead the tally with maximum number of Panchayats declared TB-free. Uttarakhand outshines among geographically smaller states, remarkable reduction in TB incidence rate. And moving on, the Holy Amarnath Yatra is progressing successfully and with great enthusiasm. On Wednesday, 7th batch of pilgrims departed from the Nunwan base camp in Pahalgam, heading towards the revered Amarnath cave. Well, in just 6 days since the Amarnath Yatra commenced, over 1 lakh pilgrims have participated, with the pilgrimage proceeding smoothly along both the Pahalgam and Baltal routes. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, along with other senior officials, are closely overseeing Yatra arrangements, while voluntary and charitable organizations are actively supporting pilgrims by running community kitchens. Meanwhile, several hospitals have been set up along the Baltal route, where specialist doctors are working day and night to serve the pilgrims. And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Bangladesh faces uncertainty as Trump confirms 35% tariff on goods. PIB fact check reveals truth behind fake video of former RBI governor on investment scheme getting viral. And India's Jyoti Venam and Rishabh Yadav breaks the world record in mixed compound archery at World Cup Stage 4.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does, and says supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. And moving on, US President Donald Trump announced plans for a 50% duty on copper imports a day after the White House sent letters to Japan, South Korea and other countries about tariffs to kick in on August 1st. Trump also said he's planning to impose tariffs on imported semiconductors and pharmaceuticals, with medicine tariffs potentially reaching 200%. However, he said drug makers would be given about a year to get their act together. Reiterating his threat of a 10% tariff on BRICS, Trump said the bloc was not a serious grouping, but acknowledged that it is challenging the US dollar.
Ones we did steel, as you know, they're 50%. We did aluminum, 50%. Lumber just came out.
And that's copper.
And we did cars. And now, today we're doing copper.
What would that tariff be on? The section tariff?
I believe the tariff on copper, we're going to make it 50%.
50%.
After Trump spoke, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that the copper tariffs would likely be put in place by the end of July or August 1st. Lutnick added that their investigations on copper under Section 232 are complete and their observations have been submitted to the President. The deadline for the investigation to conclude is in November. Meanwhile, Bangladesh also faces uncertainty as Trump announced a new rate of 35% for its goods applicable from August 1st, which is a mere 2% reduction on his original announcement of 37%. Well, Trump has warned of increasing the rates if retaliated. Economists and business leaders in Bangladesh believe that the country may lose its once cherished win-win position in the U.S. market following the latest announcement. The burden of this new reality is expected to fall mainly on Bangladesh's garment sector, where key competitor Vietnam have had their tariffs slashed from 46% to just 20%. Dhaka is already in talks with Washington, with its Commerce Secretary soon joining the already present delegation there. Well, in a chilling example of a growing threat posed by artificial intelligence, a mysterious individual successfully impersonated U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio using a convincingly generated AI voice, reaching out to foreign ministers and American officials in a calculated diplomatic deception. Voice cloning and generative AI tools, once limited to research labs, are now readily accessible and increasingly being abused. Let's take a look at this report. AI-powered tools are becoming a challenge for governments across the globe with alarming pace. The impersonator and Marco Rubio used the Signal messaging app to initiate contact with at least 3 foreign ministers, a U.S. governor, a member of Congress, and 2 senior officials, mimicking U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's tone, cadence, and speech patterns with alarming accuracy. The department is receiving its communication protocols and has reminded personnel to verify all unusual or unexpected outreach, even from familiar voices.
The State Department, of course, is aware of this incident and is currently monitoring and addressing the matter. The department takes seriously its responsibility to safeguard its information. The State Department, of course, when we think about the reports that have occurred, and the details that we would like to provide become problematic, obviously, when it comes to investigations and the nature of the actions that we're taking.
There have been a few notable past incidents of top-level AI misuse. In 2019, an AI-generated deepfake voice mimicked the German parent company CEO in a phone call that convinced the UK firm's managing director to transfer €220,000 to a Hungarian supplier. Then in 2021, fraudsters used a deepfake video and voice to pose as executives in a video meeting at a company called Arup, nearly fooling staff into transferring $39 million before suspicions halted the scam. A similar incident happened in 2020 when an AI voice deepfake convinced a company director to send $35 million. There were a number of incidents reported in 2024 alone. Deepfake robocalls used President Biden's voice to urge NH voters not to show up, prompting an FCC response and legal action against the creators. Deepfake audio falsely portrayed Slovakian politician Michael Semeka admitting to rigging votes, spreading disinformation just before elections. AI-generated video showed UK's Rishi Sunak making inflammatory remarks. Over 100 fake ads were distributed on Facebook to sway public opinion. Governments and institutions are now racing to implement authentication protocols, as AI-powered deception is emerging as a clear and present danger to the common man and also to the governments. Bureau Report, DD India.
Well, a case of misuse of AI was also reported from India. A video purportedly showing former RBI governor and current principal secretary to the Prime Minister Shaktikant Das endorsing an investment platform is going viral on social media. The manipulated clip claims that by investing only 21,000 individuals can earn 1 million rupees every month. The 57-second video appears to show Das speaking positively about the scheme during an interview, claiming the platform is supported by the Government of India, the Union Council of Ministers and the RBI. However, the Press Information Bureau has confirmed the video is digitally manipulated and completely fake. According to the PIB fact-check team, neither the RBI nor any government authority has launched or approved such a scheme. And some weather updates from across the world now. First up from Central Texas, where the death toll from the July 4th flash flood has now climbed to at least 109 people and 180 others are known to be still missing. Search and rescue teams are wading through mud-piled riverbanks as more rain and thunderstorms threaten the region, but hope was fading of finding any more survivors 4 days after the catastrophe. Meanwhile, satellite images released show parts of Central Texas and the Guadalupe River before and after deadly floods swept the region last weekend. Heavy and persistent monsoon rains have also disrupted life in various parts of Bangladesh on Tuesday night, inundating low-lying areas, triggering waterlogging and raising concerns of potential flash floods, particularly in the country's southeastern districts. While the Ganges and the Padma rivers are experiencing a gradual rise in water levels, which may continue for the next 5 days, according to the latest forecast. Weathermen said that a low-pressure area over Gangetic West Bengal and adjoining regions, combined with active southwest monsoon conditions, is driving the current rainfall pattern. One of the monsoon throws extends into the North Bay, making the sea rough and increasing the likelihoods of more rain in the coming days. And on to some sports news now. India's Jyoti Venom and Rishabh Yadav have combined to set a world record in the mixed compound team qualification round at the Archery World Cup Stage 4 in Madrid. The Indian pair scored 1,431 points to surpass the previous record of 1,429 points held by Denmark's Danger Galanthian and Matthias Fullerton since the 2023 European Games. Rishabh Yadav was on full flow. He shot an impressive 716 points in the men's individual compound qualification round to top the stage. Meanwhile, Venom also shot a personal best at the international stage, scoring 715 points to top the women individual compound qualification round. Well, the mixed compound team total is the addition of the individual scores of both the archers. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now.
We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.